Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Well, the recovery in the market has been going on since March 2020, right? And we are now about this is the seventh month into the recovery, as it were, and we don't seem to be tiring. Now, that's been the cause of worry or a problem for many people because everybody is still left wondering why is this market going up. Even yesterday, I had a conversation with somebody, and his main question was why is this market continuing up in the light of what's happening. Well, the only answer to that is the market is doing what it is doing, and we have to accept that and not really pontificate on that. And it's up to us to simply follow what the market is doing rather than dictate to it what it should do. So, in the context of following what the market is doing, it's clearly to remain long, and the market yesterday also has shown evidence that it wants to continue higher because throughout this week the market has punched up higher highs, the Nifty I mean. And yesterday was what we term in technical analysis as a doji pattern, which indicates indecision at the high levels, which was not a good thing. But then the SGX seems to be suggesting that we are going to start above yesterday's close and probably continue. Now, obviously, the cries for a new high are growing louder as we are on the doorstep of 12,000. My expectation is that we will punch up about 12,000 today. That's not too difficult. It's within shouting distance. And once that happens, the skeptics will start, slowly melting away because their arguments to the contrary are not holding up. They have not held up for the past 6 months. The price is not validating any arguments for the bearish side, etc. So the only thing left to do is to continue what the market is asking you to do, which is go long in certain stocks. And with that background, I've picked two stocks today, both of which are exhibiting. First up, Biocon from the Pharma Pack, which certainly came to a lot of life in yesterday's session. And Biocon has moved up to all-time new highs, and that's always a good signal in my books, and I am happy to follow stocks which punch up to new highs. So Biocon is a buy for a new target 485, stop loss 466. A stock which is undergoing recovery, indeed a sector that is probably trying to recover, is Godrej Property. I think DLF was up, Godrej Property was up, other property stocks were also mildly up. So Godrej Property can be bought for a target 950 with a stop loss at about 912.
Okay, there you have it. Biocon is a buy, as is Godrej Properties. Hi there, Kunal. Is 12,000 on your radar, or is that a far cry for the index, given that we did wind up nearly 100 points higher yesterday? And where is it that you're finding favor on the charts by way of individual stocks?
So good morning, Avan. I think the last 6-7 days have been particularly extremely spectacular for the markets, and the resurgence of the Bank Nifty, the comeback of many of these beleaguered sectors. The cement stocks made a very strong comeback. We saw the individual pockets as well. For many of the stocks, doing extremely well, and that as a on a backdrop where many of these other large cap names like Reliance has been more sideways rather than showing any kind of a strength in price performance. So I think the last 6-7 days have been particularly quite attractive for the markets overall. Now, yes, 12,000, we are in sight of breaking that 12,000 mark, and looking at the behavior of the SGX of the Nifty as well, we typically seen the SGX Nifty giving you those 25-30 point kind of tick, but at the open itself, the index opens up with a 50 point or 100 point kind of a gap up, and then it tends to build up to those kind of gains. So any 50 plus point or 100 plus point gap up opening is where we'll be very close towards the 12,000 mark. So I think it's fair possibility that could probably happen in a couple of days. And also, I think looking at the pace of the market as well, the way many of these sectors and stocks have performed, defensives, high beta, I think all of these stocks have done extremely well. I think there are a lot of stocks which are in the offing for short-term traders. So I would suggest to buy calls over here, and from a variety of sectors. So the first one is from the Pharma Pack apparently, and it's a buy on Cadila Healthcare. Now this stock looks very attractive on the short-term charts. We've seen breakout for Cadila on the swing pattern as well, above that 420 odd mark. So I believe that this could be an interesting buy from a short-term basis. A buy on Cadila Healthcare, targets to be kept at 455. Stop loss could be kept at approximately 425. The second would be a buy on HDFC Life. Again, a very interesting chart. over the last 4 months approximately, the stock is forming a bullish flag pattern, and it's now getting very close towards a breakout of this bullish flag pattern, which I think the breakout level is at 590 or 595 on the spot level. So I think maybe another couple of percentage points move, and you could see a big breakout happening in HDFC Life as well. So that's also a buy. Targets could be kept at approximately 620, and stoppers could be kept at 470.